Turkish word, yes sir, inspired from I guess Ataturk, Pasha.
आपके वालिद रिटायर्ड गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर
Yes sir.
क्या करते थे?
सर वो फेडरल ब्यूरो ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स में थे.
फेडरल ब्यूरो
Statistics.
Statistics.
FPSC, yes. Now it is PBS. So
When did he retire?
he retired in 2010 as the chief officer Lahore.
Was he a commoner?
No sir.
बाहर कभी ट्रैवल किया आपने?
Yes sir, I have went to Saudi Arabia for Umrah a couple of times.
Lahore is your favorite city. Good to know that. Chuburji की क्या significance?
Sir, Chuburji is located in the center of Lahore. Previously it is of a significance that central Lahore used to start from here. It has 4 pillars, and it is said that from the Nawakot, Shadra to Chuburji, that Lahore is surrounded around that.
Gender studies, public ed, Indo-Pak history, mashallah, some interesting subjects. Can you tell the panel what is meant by yellow journalism?
Yellow journalism is a kind of journalism that promotes extravagance and sensationalism. For example, the reportings with big headlines, making issues out of non-issues, and making false claims about things that are more or less important to public, but that are not factual.
Good. What is meant by Pulitzer Prize?
So Pulitzer Prize, it is named after a Jewish person named as Pulitzer. It is given in the field of arts, literature every year, and it has a huge amount of money given to people who perform extraordinary in literature, arts, writings, or such things.
What is understood by civil society organizations, and what role do they play in a democratic country?
So civil society organizations are organizations like NGOs and private bodies that work on the development of the society and raise issues specifically of the civic sense. And in a democratic country, they play a major role in making government, in criticizing the government, in identifying the issues of the government, and in highlighting the issues of the society towards the government. They act like a watchdog also of the government policies.
What is this spoils the system and the merit-based system? What is the difference between them?
So merit-based system is the one in which meritocracy is promoted. Every person that gets appointed in the system gets appointed on the basis of merit. There are some rules and principles and some criteria on the basis of which there is appointment. Whereas spoil system is a system that lacks merit, and it deviates from the normal principles. It has an element of corruption in that also. Yes sir.
How do you explain feminism, and what is the role of feminism in our society?
Okay sir.
We cannot in the West.
Sir, starting from feminism, what is feminism? Sir, it is kind of a movement that raises awareness regarding the rights of women, and that speaks about the equality of women. There have been several waves around the world for feminism. In Pakistan, feminism is very important because our population is not that much literate. We have lots of cases, for example, an honor killing, we have cases for gender-based violence, we have cases for domestic abuse. All such cases are due to the illiteracy and due to lack of awareness on gender studies related issue, because people don't know much about the rights of women. So feminism applies on Pakistan as much as it is applied on the Western countries, because it will make the society aware and it will give women the rights in the society.
Right to do what?
So rights to be equal in the society, rights to get equal opportunity in jobs, rights to get equal salaries in jobs, and basic human rights also that are not given in the tribal areas or backward areas.
Right. International relations. What role does the European Union play now? Is it just an economic union, or is it also a political union, in the sense that if the Germany decides to side with, as they did in the time of the Gulf War with America or the UK, are all the other European countries bound to side with it and go to war, or is it just?
So the current standings of a European Union is more on the basis of economics. It used to have immense power when Britain was part of that, because Britain had one veto vote. But after Brexit, European Union is just kind of a concept of economic zone between the European countries. They are not bound to take side of any country that gets involved in any sort of wars.
All right. The US role, how do you foresee the US role in Afghanistan after exiting it? And what role can Pakistan play? The role of Pakistan, US-Afghanistan relationship, role of Pakistan?
Due to its geostrategic location, Pakistan has been of vital importance for USA because of its presence in this region. Now, as US has been in Afghanistan since past 2 decades and now has suddenly withdrawn from Afghanistan, still their influence and their interest in Afghanistan remains same. Because if we go a couple of decades back, it all started from Afghanistan when 9/11 happened and US blamed Afghanistan for that. So they would be keen to keep an eye on Afghanistan for future activities. Coming to Pakistan, Pakistan has used this as an opportunity previously when Soviet Union was here also. So they used it as an opportunity of its importance, geostrategic importance, and had a better relations with USA. US would want to have its partnership with Pakistan to keep an eye on Afghanistan and its strategies. That's why they have asked for the air bases to Pakistan, to which we declined initially. But now, according to the latest report of CNN,
Taliban का क्या मतलब है? तालिब
the students,
तो
so they were brought in madrasas.
वहाँ से
Okay.
ठीक है ना? They grew up from those madrasas and they were trained or
Funded by US, trained by Pakistani, and sent to Afghanistan to tackle the Soviet Union.
as a Pakistani, do you view that Pakistan still has a very special relationship with Taliban?
Sir, I believe, sir, that as if we look at the majority population and the views of the majority population that is tilted towards the right side, right wing, people still have affiliation towards the Taliban. But looking at the fact that if Taliban are still in control of Pakistan, so they have grown a lot. If we look, they are divided into Taliban of Afghanistan and Taliban of Pakistan. So now, if we look at the status of Afghanistan, they have rose to a level where they are kind of unstoppable. So the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan would also be looking them as a role model, and they'll try to have their activities going up here also. But as compared to Pakistan, our institutions are strong enough to tackle them at the moment.
ठीक है.
To name a few. Okay, you have studied public administration, you have also done your master's in public administration. So how is scientific management different from human relations approaches?
So, sir, the scientific management approach deals with utilizing all the concepts of management, latest public management, to manage.
Name Frederick Taylor.
Yes, sir. So that deals with public administration as a scientific experiment that has everything in which we can study people and use the scientific principles.
Tell the panel briefly about the time and motion studies which were conducted.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir.
What is the basic philosophy of human relations approach?
So the human relation approach of public administration deals with, unlike the scientific method, it deals with the emotional intelligence quotient to deal with public. It says that we need to be two-way in our, when administrating people, it should be two-way communication between the people who we are administrating as well as the people who are administrating.
Okay, a related question. IQ versus EQ, which
Yes, sir.
in your view is more important for, let's say, a public sector career?
I believe for a public sector career, EQ, I would rate EQ a bit higher than IQ.
What does EQ stand for?
So, emotional quotient.
Okay, so that is more important.
Yes, because we have to deal with public, we have to deal with a lot of majority going in the field.
What is the importance of policy evaluation?
Okay, so policy evaluation is as important as policy making, because without evaluation of the impacts of a policy and how many stakeholders or how many institutes is going to impact, we can make or implement the policy. So policy evaluation should be before policy making also, and after the policy is implemented, the periodic evaluation should be done.
To learn from the mistakes,
Yes, a retrospective type of study should be done after the policy is implemented.